Okay, we're here again with Jerry Ward, BIO-S3 Training, Internet Authority.
Internet Authority.
Okay, so Jerry, what would you say are the obvious signs for HGH use and also the not so obvious signs for HGH use?
Well, the one that stands out to me the most, and I actually have it because I did long runs of HGH, it is like an extended elbow. We call it growth elbows, or some of the guys call it T-Rex elbows because you get the kind of T-Rex arms where you really can't straighten your arm out fully. But it's like you'll notice where the tricep inserts, the tricep starts to insert higher and higher. So you'll see like the insertion of the tricep, then all of a sudden there's like a long gap, and then the forearm. And usually the forearm will look a lot smaller than the upper arm, and there's this weird kind of pointy elbow look to it. And Triple H from the WWE has it, Dave Palumbo has it, Greg Kovacs has it. The Rock is starting to get it now. I don't know if you guys have seen him in the last 2 years. All of a sudden he's very lean and kind of, his facial structure has changed a little bit. If you look at the bone structure in his face, which is another telltale sign, some people it'll thicken the bones in your face, some people it doesn't. So that growth elbow to me, and you know, there's a quote unquote team of trainers that claim to be natural and get shredded in like 3 weeks. And I was watching a video of these guys train, and all of a sudden I'm looking at this guy's elbows and I'm like, he get into shape in 3 weeks, and he's got that strange elbow look, and I've never, ever, ever once seen that look on a natural athlete. You go to these actual natural shows where they're polygraphed and urinalysis tested, you will not see it on any of them. However, so these other so-called natural shows where it's easy to beat the test, a bunch of these guys have it. And I actually did a video talking about a friend of mine who used to do the Muscle Mania years ago, and he claimed natural, natural, natural. I thought the guy was amazing. He freaking looks great. He's not that big. He's about 190 pounds. And then he asked me if I can get him growth hormone and test suspension. And I was like, but you're natural. He's like, well, you know, don't worry about it. He was taking the growth. He was taking the suspension to come off in time. But he had that telltale sign also, but I didn't know it back then, of the growth elbows. So, you know, to me, the first thing I see is the elbows. Jumps right out. But that means the person's been on it for a long time. Maybe a year or two straight. And then some people, they get on it, and within 6 months, their facial structure just totally changes. If you take a picture of The Rock, you know, 5 years ago and a Rock today, look at his face. Just take them side by side and look. Some people say, well, his face got leaner. His face got leaner, but you can see his eye sockets and the facial structure itself has changed.
How about the distended belly and like the enlarged organs, anything with that?
I don't know if that's to do with growth hormone itself, because I know a lot of these physique guys are using growth hormone. This is like one of their main things that they use in their stack. They're using a good dose of it too. Their stomachs are flat as a board. So I don't know if it's due to that or if it's due to a combination of a insulin, IGF, and growth hormone together, or if it's just a matter of these guys, most of those guys weigh like 220, 230 pounds lean. To feed a metabolism like that, those guys are eating 5,000 to 6,000 calories of clean food a day. And when you shove that volume in there, I don't know if you've ever, you know, if any of you have ever been on a diet and you have a meal, drink water with it, your stomach distends for a certain period of time. These guys are eating so much food, their stomach distends all the time. So I don't know, because I mean, some of these distensions I've seen don't look like it could be food. Like there's something else going on in there. But I would suffice to say it would probably be liver issues that would be causing some of the big distensions out there that are.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, I had a friend of mine, his father passed away of you know, liver disease, and it was an awful long process, but his stomach was so distended that it was literally like out to here. Like you could put like 3 beers on it, and that's how much it distended. And I mean, he wasn't on growth hormone or anything, but you know, the more that these guys push drugs in their system, because they're not using just growth hormone, these really big guys are taking other things, and it doesn't necessarily mean they're taking a lot. They could be taking a little bit, but does their body process it the right way? Is their body, can it take it? Can it take the beating that comes with it? Is it accepting? Is it using it? Is it toxic? I mean, it's different for everybody. So I mean, I would say that it's probably a combination of things that's causing it, but not the growth hormone itself, because you look at people like, you know, long distance cyclists. Those guys are thin. No distended abdomens, and they're using growth hormone. That's one of the things that they're using, so.
Right, okay, so thanks again, Jerry Ward, and we're?
This is the growth hormone bicep, and we're out.